I made a new list. Just some stuff, some stuff that's been happening, right? How it goes. Disclaimer, I don't really like deep dive research most of this stuff. This stuff is just pull it from different news sources. Most of them are independent. I don't really get into the network news side of things or anything. Mainly because I don't like the commentary and the way that they have to frame everything instead of just giving you information, letting you decide. It's always framed or couched in something. They always have, and then they have these people that come on that they interview, and those people clearly have an agenda, and they're just reinforcing each other. So it's like an echo chamber, and I hate that. So it's not information; it's just a big op-ed. And if I want information so that I can make up my own mind, that's not how you get it. So I go for independent sources, and it's not many of those out there. So, you take what you can get. The first thing, this NFL coach thing or whatever, I don't even know this guy. I don't know who he is. I don't sports. So, evidently he said some stuff 10 years ago in some emails, and I guess he was talking privately to his friend, and like now they've released him, and he's, I guess, being canceled for what he said in private to his friend. Don't really know why. I'm sure there's a reason why this is coming out now. I mean, it was a decade ago. I'm sure there's like a tactical reason this was held on to. Usually is. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I can't say I'm sure of it, but it's usually how it goes, right? Like, why wait 10 years? Did we just now find these emails? Why? Where were they at? Were they sitting on a server somewhere? Did somebody save them? And, where'd they come from? First of all, so let's investigate the source. If we're really going to investigate, that's where you start, the source of the information, because you got to find out about their motivations for releasing it before you even try to determine if the information itself is true, because that's a good it's a good way to find out where the story's going. Why did they release them? Anyway, I guess it's neither here nor there now because they've been released. So now we're supposed to believe that he's a bad guy because of some stuff he said in a private email. That's obviously stupid. It's nobody's business what he said to anybody except for the person he was talking to. And if the person he was talking to is the one that handed that stuff over, then that's a betrayal. So bad on him, bad friend. And if it's somebody else that turned him over, how'd they get him? And why are they doing it? But anyway, we can say whatever we want in private. And now these emails get released and we're supposed to hate on him for it. It's none of our business what he said. We shouldn't even be worried about what he said, blah, blah, blah. Then he comes out and apologizes. No. I have a problem with that. What is he apologizing for? He has freedom of speech. Is he apologizing for freedom of speech? Because if so, he's sorry that he had the freedom to say the things he said. That means, if you follow those logical steps, that he would be sorry that I have freedom to say the things that I want to say to friends and family. Not cool with that. Not cool with that at all. He should not have apologized. He should be telling people, and us, and me included, all of us, it's none of our business what he said. So everybody that's jumping on the bandwagon to judge somebody for that, you don't have any room to talk. You've never said anything offensive, even to your friends? Really? Over the last 10 years? Now, I would feel injustice for the guy if this were just that case, but the fact that he came out and apologized for it, if you're not going to help yourself, I'm not standing up for you. If anytime you come under fire by the woke mob, and then you would throw up the white flag. I'm not putting myself on the line for you. So as far as I'm concerned, he gets exactly what he gets. He's not standing up for anything. He's not standing up to say that it's none of our business what he said. He can have his own free thoughts. He's not saying any of that. He's saying he apologized for his insensitive remarks, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. They always use the same stupid buzzwords and the same lines for this kind of crap. If the woke mob's coming after you and you apologize, if you apologize to the mob that's clearly wrong, and you're the one sitting there saying you're sorry, you're not standing up. You don't even have the spine to stand up for yourself. And you think that I'm gonna go out of my way and put myself on the line for you after you just threw up the white flag? No, you can stand up to a few people, but if the majority of society is condemning you, just because it's the majority of people condemning you doesn't make them right. A mob is rarely right. Stand up for yourself and stand up for your principles, and I'll stand with you. And then yet, over and over, we still see this happen. We still see people cave. I will never apologize for my convictions and my principles. That doesn't mean I'm perfect. That doesn't mean I always say exactly what I mean. I mean, we can all misspeak, right? I mean, we can admit that when we misspeak, I don't know everything. So if I'm learning, then everybody's learning. Nobody's perfect. We learn from truth and being able to converse, right? That happens. It's a positive development. And then you can say, man, I was wrong about that. You know what? I realized this, and here's how I realized it. Let me show you how I learned, because it might help you. That's not apologizing, that's growing and learning as a person. But for my principles and my convictions, no, I'm not going down that road. I'm not going to apologize. I'll stand by it. 38 years old. I figured out a few things. I have learned a lot, and I'll stand by it. Loudoun County School Board. Apparently, they had some kind of bisexual kid that went into, you know how they're like open up the bathrooms or whatever to all this transgender the blah blah blah, I don't know, alphabet stuff. Apparently one of the kids went into the girls' bathroom and raped a fellow student, a girl. It was a guy that went in there. Basically, I guess he's saying he identifies as bisexual or what, I don't know. I don't even know how he got in there. I guess they can just walk into whatever bathroom they want and they aren't questioned. He raped her. The father found out, called the police, went to talk to the school about it. I guess the police met him there. I'm not really sure on the details of the actual specifics. Apparently the school said they wanted to handle it in-house. This is the Loudoun County, Virginia School Board, or the superintendent of the school under that school board. That's a cover-up. Okay. You can draw your own conclusions as to why they wanted to cover up the rape of a child, and it was legit rape. And the police were involved immediately, and they charged the kid. So they had probable cause to charge him, so they had probable cause to think that the crime's actually committed and his daughter wasn't lying. Then the dad, goes to the Loudoun County School Board meeting, I guess a couple days, weeks later, whatever, and somebody there in support of the Loudoun County School Board, I guess, went up to him and told him that she didn't believe his daughter. And, he got mad, real mad. I guess disorderly conduct. I don't know. He got arrested. I don't know if he was threatening her, trying to fight her, or did fight her. I don't know. He got out of hand. I can get that. Imagine it's not just that his kid was raped, but the fact that they tried to keep it in-house. I can only assume that was to push an agenda. I mean, I don't know what other assumption to make from that, because rape's illegal and it's a big deal. And if you've got a student raping other students, it's a big deal. Anyway, I don't know what he got arrested for. I do know that, like I said, if he was arrested for disorderly conduct, terroristic threatening, assault forth, I don't know. Rape is more serious than all of those. Okay, rape's a In Kentucky, it's Class A felony. Rape first degree. That's where you actually do rape someone. Covering up the rape of a child is also, at the very least, disorderly. This one, Loudoun County, for some reason, is like the seat of this crap. And they keep ending up in the news. But this is just, yeah, it's over the top. American Airlines there was some bad weather, and that bad weather targeted American Airlines only. And so they had to, cancel a bunch of flights. I don't know how many it was. I guess in some of the reports and some of the news reports, there were thousands of people that had their flights canceled. They were saying it was because of the weather. Weather does, I guess, has been known to target specific airlines, since weather is, sentient. Draw a line in the sand. You better be prepared to reap it. Turns out more people like freedom than I guess they even thought. They being American Airlines. Oh yeah, the Kamala Harris space video. Did you guys see the video? It was awesome. So fake. Yeah, she's sitting there with these kids, and she's like talking talking to them like they're 5. I mean, these kids look like they're teenagers. She was saying that how she likes the idea of exploring space and finding all these, basically just general run-of-the-mill. I mean, it's copy-paste type exploration, wondrous thing, which is kind of strange because she cites an example of what they could do. And she says you can go to the moon and see the moon's craters with your own eyes. Wow. I'm not saying that wouldn't be cool, but it's the moon. We've been there, okay? There are a lot more planets in our solar system. The moon isn't even a planet, it's a satellite. And we went there 10 years before I was even born. I'm 38. Half a century later, you're telling me they were getting back to work? And now that half a century later, I can go see exactly what we saw half a century before? That's your big dream? Really? That's as big as you can imagine. That's awesome. Yeah, well done. We've already seen it. I mean, not only have we already seen it, but we've had half a century to go further and have not. Instead, we fell back and just orbited our planet for 50 years. So that's cool. There's a lot more planets out there, folks, and that's just our star system. Proximus, or Alpha Centauri, is what, 4 or 5 light years away? They got a whole bunch of planets over there. You know how we get there? Fusion ignition research or antimatter reaction research. It takes a lot of energy to institute the types of technology that would be able to get us there in a reasonable amount of time. I mean, you don't want to spend 5 years traveling through space, and that's even if you can get close to the speed of light. Okay, that's a lot faster than we can go now. That even getting close to the speed of light would take a fusion reaction. Now, fusion reactors may be able to power what we understand of warp drive. NASA's been working on that. This is the Alcubierre metric of how to form a pocket of space around a ship. I like astrophysics. I won't get into the weeds on it. But basically, what you do is you form a pocket of space around the ship, and it's not the ship that moves; it's the space that moves through space. Then you can kind of cheat Einstein's theories of relativity. It takes a lot of energy to do that, more energy than we can conceivably generate right now. Fusion and antimatter research are the only way right now, the only avenues that we can see, realistically speaking. So where are we on that? Okay, I'm not looking at the moon. We need to broaden our horizons. And this fake video that she put out, she thinks that's oh my God, the moon. Oh, wow. Have you looked at the stars? Have you looked at the night sky anytime recently? Those little dots, Those are suns. A lot of them are 2 or 3 suns orbiting each other. Okay? And those suns have gravity and they pull in all kinds of stuff. Planets accrete around these suns. There's a lot of them up there. I don't know when the last time she looked at the night sky was. What about those? The moon. You got all those, and you're worried about the craters on the moon. Like that's some big goal. Give me a break. What a loser. Oh yeah, meanwhile in Chicago, on the 4th, this story's awesome. 2 people steal Dodge Chargers. They pull up to a house, shoot it up, use fully automatic sidearms. They said they had a selector switch on the sidearms. I guess there's a couple different models of guns. Usually I think of the Glock 18C. I don't know. I guess there's a couple different ones. Anyway, shoot it up. The people inside the house shoot back. 1 person is actually killed. 2 are injured, shot, whatever. The attackers that pulled up in the Chargers then flee the scene, destroy one of the cars by attempting to burn it. I guess the police found it on fire. The police did respond, by the way, and I guess they got some video dash cam footage of what was happening. 70 plus shell casings were found outside the house, and that's just outside. That doesn't count the rounds that were fired from inside. Apparently an AK was found in one of the cars. 3 people were arrested for this. I'm assuming the 2 shooters and maybe 1 person that shot back. I don't know. Then they walk out of jail. Okay. Not only did they walk out of jail, the charges were dropped. Okay, so we've got stolen cars, Grand Theft Auto. We've got damage to the cars. We've got possessing a fully automatic sidearm, at least 1. In Chicago, where you can't even own a Glock, a regular gun, yet they're out there shooting it up with fully automatic weapons, apparently, allegedly. Okay, they fired 70 rounds, and what I'm assuming is a residential neighborhood, since it was a house. People lived there, other people lived there. 70 plus rounds, I should say. They also had an AK in Chicago. Can't have AKs in Chicago. It's another law broke. They shot someone. That's murder. That's illegal. The other 2 people that were injured, they were shot, I guess, or they were injured as a result of the shooting, and it's illegal to attack someone and hurt them. It's still against the law as far as I know. So see, we're adding up the charges here. After they were released, I guess the prosecutor or the attorney that was responsible for it gave the reason for the release of it as not enough evidence, and that they were mutual combatants. Those are conflicting, reasons, because if there's not enough evidence, then that means you don't have enough evidence to even take it to trial. You are erring on the side of they are not guilty. Like, these people did not do this. Okay, well, if that's the case, probably need to take a look at the evidence. Okay, so somebody somewhere needs to look at that, because I find it hard to believe that if the cops were nearby and were able to obtain footage and were able to obtain we have ways of solving crime. Okay, so we can look at the dealership. Where were the cars taken from? Do they have security cameras? Probably freaking do. Who stole the cars? Because whoever stole the cars were probably the people that were using them. I mean, I'm not a detective, but I think that's a safe assumption to start with, at least. Or find out who stole the cars, and if they weren't the shooters, then go interview those people. See, this is how you solve crime. I would think that's how you would solve crime. But anyway, not enough evidence, and then they came out and said they were mutual combatants. So, which is it? If they were mutual combatants, first of all, that's not a valid reason to dismiss the charges, and that also admits that they were the ones shooting. So there is enough evidence, and mutual combatants isn't valid. That's not, I can't just go get in a gunfight with somebody and then it's all well and good. If they shoot back, that doesn't make it okay. If somebody pulls a gun on me and I shoot them, that person was in the wrong and I'm in the right. We're not mutual combatants. I'm reacting to a threat upon my life. The person inside the house was reacting to a pretty serious threat, considering he had 70 plus rounds heading his way. That's a significant wall of lead. So he shot back. The person that delivered those 70 rounds upon the person inside the house was in the wrong, because it's illegal to shoot at people. Both are wrong. Not enough evidence, mutual combatants. It just comes out to something sounding like it's from Tombstone. It's the Wild West, basically. And this is Chicago. There's a lot of people that live in Chicago. Pretty populated city. So now it's just okay to just run around shooting it up. Literally, it's okay to run around shooting it up. I'm not even being hyperbolic. That's literally what happened here. They got in a gunfight, huge gunfight. Somebody actually died. And that's okay. Switching to Louisville, Kentucky, they began a nice little pilot program to send mental health specialists to 911 calls instead of police. That'll turn out well. It's not all calls. I guess they have like a way of determining which calls you send to what. I don't know if any of you have ever called 911. I have. I was happy that the police arrived. I can think of no situation where you would call 911, legitimately call 911 and not want at least one officer there. Even if it's for somebody having a heart attack, okay? If the police officer arrives before EMS, the police officer can help because the police officer has been trained in triage. So they can help you with that situation. At the very least, they're another person that can do CPR. We're going to send mental health specialists to 911 calls. Let's see how that turns out. We'll flag that one for later, because I'm sure that's going to be a freaking blast. Yeah, by the way, Louisville's rated F in crime. Crime's bad. They're way above national average for basically all kinds of crime. And that's just now. So I'm sure this will fix that, right? Make it way better. Oh yeah, I forgot. William Shatner went to space. Definitely deserved it. I don't know if you guys saw the video or not of him and the pictures and stuff. He looked like he was in better shape. Like, I guess he had to, get back into shape for it. I was getting worried about him there for a little while. I mean, the last 10 years or so, it looked like his health was going downhill, but now he looks great. So it's cool that he went to space. I'm just happy that he's like healthier. Because, Dr. McCoy's gone, Spock's gone, Scotty's gone. Shatner is like kind of one of the few left from the original series. I like him being around. I don't know. Yeah, and I guess lastly, just take the opportunity to thank you guys for watching, subscribing over I guess I've been doing this for almost 2 years with any consistency. So done a lot, building, hanging out with Jennifer and Zach over at their place, and then building the building, and then we moved, and now we've got the new farm and everything. I appreciate you guys supporting me. Honestly, I enjoy this. I do want to make it my full-time gig. Hopefully someday that dream can come to fruition, because I do enjoy it. And even if I had one subscriber, I'd still be doing it. I just enjoy it. I enjoy the video editing. It's what I like to do. I enjoy obviously the travel. I love to freaking travel. The hiking, finding new places. But I just want to say thanks. Pretty flattered this many people even watch my stuff. Honestly, I'm not a professional by any means, and I'm just a regular guy, I guess. Just likes to travel and go do stuff, but I appreciate all the support. I never say it, but I do. And I don't usually tell people to like and subscribe. I kind of figure you will if you want to, but if you wanna,